Hey there, Scoobies. This is a video I've wanted to do for a while, not just because I'm doing a series exploring Buffy's heart, mind and spirit, but also because I don't like the hate that Xander gets from a large portion of the Buffyverse community. Now, I'll probably get a lot of stick for this, but I hope you can keep an open mind. So, here goes. For anyone thinking, I don't get it, why does anyone hate Xander? Let's start by acknowledging that he is far from a great guy.
I'm not him. I mean, I guess a guy's gotta be undead to make time with you.
That's really harsh.
And at times, he's a pretty crappy guy.
This can help Buffy. If we turn Angel back soon enough, we can stop him from ever awakening a Cathla.
Okay.
Xander, go to Buffy, tell her what we're doing. Maybe she can stall.
But
Resolve face.
Willow, she told me to tell you.
Tell me what?
Kick his ass.
But considering the large number of douchebags on parade here, I feel that the angst shot his way is a little bit overblown.
Come back another day.
Now, I want to start by saying that it is totally acceptable to have a negative feeling about the bad things he does or says. You're meant to. That's kind of what they're going for. The fact is, the writers did this for no other reason really than to create drama within the group. My defense of him will be threefold, and by the end of it, if I haven't changed your mind, I hope that I have at least given you something to consider. Okay? Let's get the obvious one out of the way. He's a fictional character. Like, fictional.
It's my character! Chandy! Yeah, the rogue processor who seduces his co-workers' wives for sport and then laughs about it the next day at the water cooler. In fact, I have her panties right there in my drawer. Really? No, freak show, she's fictional!
But, that being said, people get upset and even cry over fiction all the time, so maybe I should just move on. Let's start by looking at some of the facts and background of his character. Xander's father was an alcoholic and both his parents were negligent, as is shown through their lack of representation in the show and by odd comments that are spattered throughout.
I thought you slept outside to avoid your family's drunken Christmas fights.
Yes. Oh, hey, do you want to come to our place tonight for dinner? Mom's making her famous phone call to the Chinese place.
Xander, do you guys even have a stove?
Although never explicitly stated, it is often hinted that Xander may have been a victim of domestic abuse.
I just can't believe a Kitty League coach would do something like that.
Well, you obviously haven't played Kitty League. Surprised was one of the parents.
Another consideration is the age of the character.
I mean, sure he says he's a high school student, but I can say I'm a high school student.
You are.
In the show being only a teenage boy, and let's face it, as far as teen boys go, he's pretty toothless.
Whoa, rewind. Since when do they have orgies and why aren't I on the mailing list?
There's no orgy.
Sometimes I think about two women doing a spell. And then I do a spell by myself.
And if you disagree with that, then you'd probably be horrified to find out what teen boys are really thinking.
Don't look right! Keep your eyes shut!
Through the early years of the show, we are witnessing his development from adolescence, and unlike Buffy, he doesn't have a strong role model. Some might argue that Giles is a father figure for all of them, but he is often dismissive of Xander throughout the show.
Let's go. Get out of my sight.
Way better than me.
Much, much better. Inside my head, make me see things I want.
Then why would they make you see me?
All right, let's go.
Now is it time to have a talk about the facts of life?
You know, I'm suddenly deciding this is none of your business.
Xander is no pushover, but he is a high school nerd and often the victim of bullying. Putting these elements together creates insecurities that he battles with. Bullied kids can often have a crisis of masculinity and, in modern times, may struggle to find their place in the world.
Yeah, well, Larry was about to pummel me.
Oh, that? Forget about it.
Oh, I'll forget about it. Maybe 15, 20 years when my rep for being a sissy man finally fades.
Xander, don't
A black guy heals, Buffy, but cowardice has an unlimited shelf life.
None of this excuses Xander's behaviour, but it does inform us of why he may react in a certain way. For example, using jokes as a coping mechanism.
Okay, when I'm marveling at the immaturity, be scared.
Does anybody else miss the mayor? I just want to be a big snake.
Spike and I are getting married.
How? What? This is Ford, my bestest friend of all my friends. Jeez, doesn't she know any fat guys?
Like you name that's enough to fight the Dark Master. Vader.
Well, does looking at guns make you want to have sex?
I'm 17. Looking at linoleum makes me want to have...
Taking into consideration his complete lack of parental direction, it's a wonder he turned out as good as he did. Another major criticism that I have seen is the jealous way that he acts to Buffy, almost treating her like a possession. Now, I don't actually have a retort for this. In fact, I agree with this criticism completely. However,
the whole having a soul, before it was all the cool new thing.
Oh my God, are you 12?
I'm getting a brush off for Captain Peroxide.
Don't think I don't know what's going on with you, Spike. Stay away from her. Or we'll do this for real next time.
Let's just forget it ever happened. Forget.
again, this doesn't excuse him, but he's clearly not the only one that exhibits this behaviour. Now, here's a question for you. Can good people do bad things? And can the opposite be true? And does a good deed exonerate someone from the evil ones? I ask this as Angel's entire character hinges on him making amends for his past. So, is Xander exonerated? I mean, he saved the world once.
Hey, black-eyed girl. What you doing?
Get out of here.
Oh, no. You're not the only one with powers, you know.
You know, thinking about it, that wasn't the first time either.
I know what you're thinking. Can I get by him? Get up the stairs, out of the building, seconds ticking away. I don't love your chances.
The Zeppo is an important episode for understanding his feelings of insecurity. Xander's friends see him as a joke.
Evil.
Big?
Biggest. Maybe more than I can handle.
We'll handle it together. You know I'm here for you. Just tell me what I can do. It's like 2 glazed, 2 cinnamon, a couple cream filled.
He sees himself as less than, and constantly strives to be more.
What is the essence of cool?
Not sure.
I mean, you yourself, Oz, are considered more or less cool. Why is that?
Am I?
Is it about the talking? You know, the way you tend to express yourself in short, non-committal phrases?
It could be.
But you need a thing. One thing nobody else has. What do I have?
An exciting new obsession, which I feel makes you very special.
And though no one will ever know, he saves them all. You could argue that any world saving done by Buffy thereafter was only achieved because Xander saved her. With that in mind, let's go back further.
Breathe. Come on.
Oh look! Xander saved her life again! I would proffer, whatever your views on his character, bad decisions or treatment of people, he is literally the reason that Buffy was able to save anyone after this point. She saved the world a lot, but he saved her a lot. Finally, and for me most importantly, in the core Scooby gang, Xander represents Buffy's heart. Like Willow and Giles, this representation is a core of his character. Something to consider is that the heart is impulsive. I mean, it literally drives our pulse. Often illogical and hard to reason with. When it comes to matters of the heart, we are stubborn, often stupid, and rarely listen to our friends. And above all else, selfish. Unlike her spirit, I don't think Xander is often being a literal representation of Buffy's heart's desires, but he does represent her heart's reactions.
If they hurt Willow, I'll kill you.
But more often, his selfish nature is the personification of the heart. So to be controversial, you hate Xander? Then really, you hate Buffy. You don't hate Buffy, do you? Jokes aside, people are shades of grey. Not all bad, not all good. There are characters within the Buffyverse that have done far worse than Xander that don't get nearly the same level of flack that he does. I think part of this is because, in a lot of ways, Xander is the most realistic character in the show. And when we see his flaws, we see ourselves and the people that we are capable of being, and it disgusts us. So we lash out. But remember, he is not an idealised vision of masculinity or wisdom. He doesn't represent innocence or strength. But he can be all of these things too, at times, and so can we. Did you agree with my assessment? Maybe you think I'm wrong. Please comment below, I'd really appreciate it. And if you did like this video, smash the button and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Until next time, take it easy.